The Tax1099.com plugin works with QuickBooks desktop versions as far back as 2010 and all the way up through 2017. It works with Pro, Premier, Accountant, and Enterprise. If your QuickBooks desktop instance is hosted, you may need to work with your IT department or your hosting company to complete the process. I'm going to show the standard process, someone who's working with QuickBooks Desktop on a single computer. To install the QuickBooks Desktop plugin, inside of Tax1099, go to Import and then QuickBooks Desktop. We have two ways to import from QuickBooks Desktop. We have the plugin and the web connector. This video will cover the plugin. There's a separate video on the web connector. I'm going to click QuickBooks Plugin. Once here, I'll see a page full of instructions. The very top of this page has the download that I need to process in order to follow the remaining instructions on this page. The download will also include a PDF file of the instructions. I'm using Chrome, so when I click Download QB Services and Instructions, I get a window at the bottom left that is showing my download. If you're using Internet Explorer or Firefox or any other browser, you may have a slightly different process that you follow to do this particular part of the function. Either way, though, you want to find and open that QuickBooks plugin zip file that downloaded. Depending on your zip remover, you may see an extract here, or you may have another option. In my situation, I'm going to extract. I'm going to extract it to the file that's suggested here. When I click OK, in my case, because I've done this before, I see a message asking if I want to replace the existing one, so I'm going to say yes. And now it has been extracted from this file. I'm going to navigate to the QB plugin folder that downloaded, and I'm going to see this QB plugin 1513 1099 executable file. Something that's important to note, if you have a firewall or an antivirus software turned on, you want to disable that temporarily. You can learn how to do that by going to Google and searching for the name of your antivirus or firewall protection and typing disable, and that will give you some brief instructions on how to disable that firewall or antivirus tool. This is an executable file, so your computer will want to block it if you're using firewall or antivirus software. I don't have that, so I'm going to double click that. It's going to open this option asking me if I want to make changes to the device. I'm going to say yes. It's going to go through the plugin setup. Another important step to remember is that you want to have QuickBooks closed before you go through this process. I've already closed my QuickBooks instance, but if you haven't closed your QuickBooks instance before you go through the plugin process, you'll definitely want to do that. I'm going to click Next, and I'm going to follow through the rest of the instructions. This one has me click Next to choose the install location, and this has me click Install to go through the install process. The process will complete, and I'll get a finish page that tells me what I need to do in my next steps. I'm going to go ahead and click Finish, but when I do that, I'm actually going to go back to Tax1099 just so you can see that here we have all of those same windows going through that same process and giving you the full instructions of what you need to do to install the plugin. So the steps that I just took, you have reference to those inside of Tax1099, as well as inside the PDF file document that was in the download that we extracted. The next important step after I've completed the installation is to go to my QuickBooks instance, right-click on it, and select Run as Administrator. So I need to have an administrator privilege both on QuickBooks and in my desktop in order to allow this to perform and to download and to install inside my QuickBooks instance. I'm going to choose Run as Administrator. When I get that message again about making changes, I'm going to click Yes. And then I'll wait for QuickBooks to open. Generally, when you go through this process, you'll see this screen pop up inside of QuickBooks. In my case, I don't see the application certificate because even though I had uninstalled the plugin previously, the system knows I had it there before, and I still see the menu option inside of my QuickBooks file. When you see this application set up, whenever you go into a new company file, you'll want to make sure you're choosing the options as you see here. You'll want to choose yes whenever this QuickBooks company file is open, and you'll want to check the box to allow this application to access personal data such as social security numbers and customer credit card information. We don't access any customer credit card information, but we do need access to the social security numbers and EINs that you hold in your vendor records so that we can pull that data over to Tax1099. I'll know I've had a success in downloading my file if I go to Vendor menu and I see tax1099.com e-file and my upload 1099 data there. In order to run the process, I simply click that option, enter my tax 1099 credentials. I choose the year that I want to file for. Typically that would be 2017, but you can go back to a prior year if you need to. And I click the login option. The plugin will review your data file and it will look for any vendors that have the 1099 eligible box checked and that have payments made in the year that you have selected for your tax year. And it'll pull that data over to tax 1099. Once I'm here inside of tax 1099, I'm in what we call the import grid. Inside the import grid, I need to look and see if I have good data, any missing or invalid data, or any errors in my recipient data. I can see here that on my company level, I have something that's missing or invalid. If I click Larry's Landscaping, then I can see that I'm missing the phone number for Larry's Landscaping. So if I enter a phone number, and you'd want to enter a valid phone number, the IRS does require one there. If I enter the phone number and click Update, then I'll see green dots, and I'm ready to proceed with my filing. Just select the ones that I want to move forward with and click on Next, and I can go through and complete the process of submitting these forms in Tax 1099. And then I can go through and complete the process of submitting the forms from Tax 1099. I can schedule the date. I can choose to have mail or email copies sent. I can choose TIN matching and estate filing, and so forth. There's another video that covers all of the options here on this page.